A tragic start to Wednesday morning as a bicyclist is killed in Brooklyn Park. Police say the cyclist, described as a middle-aged man, was hit by a school bus transporting kids to a charter school in North Minneapolis. The accident happened at the intersection of Zane and 65th Avenue. The man, whose name has not yet been released, died at the scene. Police are still investigating the cause of the accident, including interviewing several witnesses. 10 students were on the bus. They were unharmed but shaken up. Police and the school made counselors available for the kids to talk to.
There were some kids visibly upset when they transferred them from the bus to the new bus, and so that's where we took some extra precautions to make sure they get the help that they need.
Police say the bus driver is cooperating with the investigation. A Brooklyn Park apartment complex that's been the subject of controversy was a hot topic once again at City Hall. Residents of the Huntington Apartments shared concerns Tuesday night about the living conditions. Tuesday night at Brooklyn Park City Hall.
Please hear us today, and please help us, because this is urgent.
Residents of the Huntington Place Apartments used the council chambers as a sounding board.
I have recordings of mice running through our hallways, like on my phone. I have pictures of mold in my bathroom.
To talk about life at the city's largest apartment complex.
They're doing cosmetics on the outside, but there's things on the inside that needs taken care of, like plumbing.
Joy Bell is one of dozens of residents who shared their stories with several members of the city council during this community meeting. Her reason for speaking out was clear.
Whole Huntington responsible for the care of their buildings. I don't feel like they are putting their care in the building.
While the city council can't directly order property improvements, they can certainly try to initiate a conversation with Dominium, the company that manages the property.
Well, I think that we can be that mediator that helps to talk with the residents and convene meetings between the residents and management and facilitate some of those meetings and offer any city help and services that we can.
Residents here hope that help comes sooner rather than later.
We need help in that building, on that property, for everything to get done the right way. And we choose you guys for that.
City officials say Dominium is increasing its focus on evicting tenants who violate their leases. Now, to a big vote in Plymouth, the City Council took action to redevelop the Four Seasons Mall property. The city approved preliminary plans that call for 3 apartment buildings totaling more than 400 units. 2 of the buildings would be affordable housing serving people with lower incomes. The third would be a 6-story independent senior living building. The plan also includes 4 retail buildings and a public parking ramp. Reporter Eric Nelson spoke to the mayor about the project and how it finally came together.
The Four Seasons Mall has been vacant now for 12 years. It's been a marathon process for the city of Plymouth trying to figure out what would be built here. Now, the city has some answers.
So that's a win for our seniors. It's a win for bringing that workforce housing that our community needs to support our business community.
But there's also some concerns. Dominium, the same company that manages the Huntington Place Apartments in Brooklyn Park, is also behind this project. Since the Four Seasons Mall shuttered, the site has been extremely difficult to build on due to the soil conditions. It was a former wetland developed in the 1970s. Previous plans to build a Walmart and then 2 large hotels never garnered enough support. Plymouth Mayor Jeff Washey says this plan will address the city's affordable housing needs and will be a victory for the neighborhood.
They will have certainty as what's going to be there now, and it won't be a blighted retail shuttered shopping mall. It's going to be a nice new development with housing and retail and some fast casual restaurants that'll be in there.
Now, city officials say that construction on the new project will begin sometime next spring. In Plymouth, I'm Eric Nelson reporting for CCX News.
The City of Plymouth approved special tax incentives to make the project work. Dominium will receive $5 million in tax increment financing assistance. Well, you might have seen today's Standout Student on the sidelines of Cooper football games, rooting on her team as the cheer captain. But as Shannon Sladden explains, there's much more to Luwam Zerome than that, and that's why she's today's Standout Student.
What is my critical thinking? How far did I get?
This class at Cooper High School is full of potential.
What do I already know? Here's some critical thinking.
And one student with plenty of potential is 17-year-old Luwam Zerome. She's a senior and planning to go to a 4-year college next year.
Really shy back in the day, but she's really grown up and she's a very outgoing person. I know she takes challenges on. She's involved in a lot of different activities.
We didn't see that outgoing nature in this class where she's serious and studious, but it shines elsewhere. Luwam is captain of the cheerleading squad for both football and basketball. She is also on the student advisory team for the Board of Education, which means she advocates for students at school board meetings. Luwam has learned quite a bit about juggling her academics with extracurricular activities.
Time management is definitely a thing, and prioritizing things, because focusing on your homework, then you might get behind on other things.
Luwam also stands out because not only does she cheer for the Cooper community, she cares about it too.
Works hard. She realizes that if she makes a mistake, she has to fix that mistake, so she does do that well. Like I said, she takes hard classes. She's committed to the school. She cares about the school.
It's definitely true, like when people say that Cooper is more like a family compared to other schools, because you just feel like you belong.
Luwam hasn't decided where she wants to go to college just yet, but she wants to study social media.
Here with a big morning for some local student athletes. National Letter of Intent letters could be signed, committing in writing athletes to colleges and universities. At Park Center, 7 athletes signed in a variety of sports, including basketball, soccer, and gymnastics. Big Dane Danger signed for men's basketball with Baylor University. The big signings of the day took place at Hopkins High School, where Paige Beckers committed to National Power UConn for women's basketball. Beckers is the #1 recruit nationally in the class of 2020. Total of 6 athletes signed at Hopkins. At Osseo High School, 8 athletes, 7 girls and 1 boy, signed to play in various sports. That includes 3 signees from the Orioles' talented volleyball team. Taylor Kwan and Allie Hinsey will be teammates at North Dakota State. Wayzata High School held the ceremony for 19 seniors Wednesday in a total of 9 college sports, several of them at Division I schools. Here's what 4 of the seniors we talked to had to say about their signings.
Baylor out of all schools is a wonderful school. Love all the coaching staffs. Scott Drew, wonderful coach. They have great teammates. They have hard workers down there.
I've been waiting for this day since I was a little kid. I mean, UConn's always been my dream school, so to finally get it down on paper means a lot to me.
Got there and visited, it was really, like, I knew I was home. Everyone was super nice, and the atmosphere was really professional and exciting, and I just fell in love right when I visited, and I loved it.
The athletics, my family, a lot of us have gone to the university. I've been around the campus, I've swam at the pool, everything just, it's familiar, it's everything I wanted in my college experience, and it was perfect for me.
Users signed either NCAA Division I or Division II letters of intent today. In girls hockey, 2 of the area's better teams squared off in an early season matchup. Defending state Class A champion Breck hosted a good Benilde-St. Margaret squad. Late first period, Emily Zumwinkle's shot from the point finds the top corner for a 1-0 Breck lead. The Red Knights draw even early in the second. Mary Zavrel's backhander trickles through, and that starts a big period for the Red Knights. Nice screen in front by Lily Mortensen, and Anna Podine with the shot to give the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights the lead for good. He keeps scoring. Avery Junker pushes in the rebound. That makes it 3-1. And they get a pretty goal late in the second period. Emma Hone puts a perfect pass. Emma Peschel finishes there. Benilde beats Breck 6-3. The Red Knights will host Andover on Friday. Rogers is a new member of the Northwest Suburban Conference this school year. The Royals girls hockey team came to New Hope Arena Tuesday to take on the Armstrong-Cooper Wings. Armstrong-Cooper gets a chance on a 2-on-1 here as Lily Plath fires a shot. Rogers goalie Lucy Olenkto makes the stop though, and it stays 0-0. Nice passing for the Royals here. Paige Vreeman to Allison Hatcher for the goal. Rogers takes a 1-0 lead into the first intermission. Second period, and Josie Bolster will shoot. Goalie Lindsay Batts makes 2 stops for the third try, swept in by Avery Farrell for a 2-0 Rogers lead. On a power play, the first shot attempt hits traffic in front. Sophie Parent pounces on the loose puck and slides it home. The Royals lead grows to 3-0. Ellen Erdahl's shot will deflect toward the corner and then back out front. Emma Rooks puts it away. Rogers goes on to win 7-0.